Tonight, new information about the 27-year-old man police say attacked a pregnant woman at an ATM in Mira Mesa over the weekend. CBS 8 has learned he is a Torrey Pines High School graduate and a former baseball star. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee.
I'm Heather Myers in for Carla Chiquetto. CBS 8's Kelly Hessedal has more from the downtown courthouse where the suspect is scheduled to be arraigned in a few days.
The suspect's name is Cole Klemke. Police say he's from Carmel Valley, but that he's currently homeless. Now, he's scheduled to go before a judge Thursday on an attempted murder charge. Now, this is a far different picture of Klemke compared to 10 years ago. We have learned that Klemke went to Torrey Pines High. He was a standout baseball player. He attended the University of Nebraska. Here's a photo of him on their website. It says he was a Nebraska Scholar Athlete honor roll for the fall of 2015. Now, I confirmed with their athletic department he was on the baseball team for the 2016 and 2017 seasons. He listed psychology as his major. He seemed to have a bright future ahead of him. Fast forward to this past weekend, police sent out these surveillance photos of Klemke, who is now 27 years old. They say he attacked a pregnant woman at this ATM near the Target store in Mira Mesa Saturday, slashing her 3 times. They say the attack was unprovoked, that Klemke and the victim do not know each other. Police don't have a motive. They say this wasn't robbery. They say if it hadn't been for witnesses who intervened and the fact this victim fought back, the outcome could have been a lot different.
She's a fighter. She's resilient. She went to the hospital and was attended to by a fantastic attending staff who were able to patch her up. Fortunately, in this particular case, her carotid was not severed. However, the doctor noted that it was close. So this could have been a much worse attack if not for her resilience and ability to fight off the attacker.
Now, Klemke is someone known to police. About a week ago, police say they contacted him regarding a disturbance call in Mira Mesa, but they didn't give us details on it. We've also confirmed that San Diego Harbor Police arrested Klemke June 1st near Harbor Drive and Ash Street. Police tell me Klemke tried to carjack someone, that he was scratching up someone's car with a knife. He ordered the driver out of the vehicle, but the driver refused. Now, among the charges he was booked on include possession of methamphetamine. Now, even though Klemke was booked into jail, he was let go and charges were never filed. The San Diego District Attorney's Office sent me a statement which reads in part, quote, "We can only file charges when we believe we can prove them beyond a reasonable doubt, which is our ethical standard." Again, Klemke is due in court on Thursday, and we're hoping to learn more about this latest incident. Kelly Hessedal, CBS 8.
Thanks, Kelly. No criminal charges were filed today against more than 60 people arrested last month during protests at UC San Diego against the war in Gaza.
About a dozen supporters showed up at the downtown court today, along with an attorney with the National Lawyers Guild who was representing the arrested students pro bono. The students arrested on May 6th were given paperwork ordering them to show up in court this afternoon, but the Lawyers Guild negotiated with the city attorney so the students did not have to appear in court. Seeing as prosecutors are still reviewing the cases for possible charges.
They were arrested, but the city attorney hasn't elected to file on those yet, and they may never file on those. If they elect to file, they'll have 1 year to do so.
All the potential charges are misdemeanors. If the city attorney decides to file charges, attorneys will be notified of future arraignment dates. 3 people are in jail tonight charged with stealing purses from elderly women in National City and San Diego.
Prosecutors say the ring targeted 15 victims between the ages of 64 and 89. As CBS 8's David Gottfredson reports, the defendants are accused of robbing the women as they walked out of grocery stores.
These defendants targeted the most vulnerable in our community.
The last of 3 defendants, 32-year-old Shantice Davis, pleaded not guilty in downtown court Monday afternoon. Her 2 alleged accomplices, 29-year-old Kenya Frazier and 67-year-old Anthony Foster, were arraigned last week. All 3 are now being held without bail.
These 3 defendants have been charged in 15 separate incidents. Unfortunately, this series of theft targeted senior elderly women, mostly of Asian and Filipino descent.
Deputy District Attorney Scott Perello says the elderly women were robbed as they exited seafood markets in National City and Mira Mesa.
As our victims would walk out of the shopping center and place their purse in the passenger seat of their car while loading their groceries, the defendants would then move in, open the door, grab the purse from the car and drive off in the getaway car.
Fortunately, none of the victims were injured. The defendants face a string of felonies and misdemeanors, including robbery, theft from an elder, burglary, and receiving stolen property.
The 3 co-defendants in this case have exposure between 6 and 17 years in state prison.
The prosecutor said in court Davis was convicted of similar crimes back in 2021. National City Police arrested Davis last week while staking out a grocery store.
Undercover police officers were canvassing shopping centers where these thefts were taking place. Her cell phone was seized, and that cell phone was used to tie her to all the cases that she's charged with.
All 3 defendants will be back in court on June 24th for a readiness hearing. At the downtown courthouse, David Gottfredson, CBS 8.
Thanks, David. Today, Food for Less and a workers' union continued negotiations after employees voted to authorize a strike. Their contract expired more than a week ago without a new tentative agreement in place. Workers are demanding equity, fair pay, and safe stores. In a statement sent to us earlier today, Food for Less said, quote, "We have presented a historic offer that includes more than $70 million in wage investments, industry-leading health care, and retirement benefits. Their stores will remain open as negotiations continue." A local educational center is finally getting much-needed funding after it was heavily damaged in January's devastating floods.
The San Diego College of Continuing Education is receiving $500,000 in federal funding for repairs and the modernization of its site, which is in Mountain View. Classrooms and the theater were damaged. Also hard hit was its student services. That's a center that thousands of students depend on for necessities like hygiene kits and daily meals.
With our Basic Needs Center, we feed students breakfast, lunch, and we even give meals in the afternoon. None of that was capable when the facility closed down.
About 6,000 students attend the college. We're told many of them also live in Southcrest or Mountain View. A Terralta Park mural that has been in the works since 2017 is finally finished.
It's titled Unity in the Community. CBS 8's Isabella Roberts paid a visit to the mural and spoke with a City Heights resident who has been involved with the mural since its beginning.
7 years is how long it took to complete this mural in Terralta Park. Now, I spoke to a member of the City Heights Community Development Committee about what the mural means to the neighborhood and how it's only the beginning of a mission to bring vibrance to City Heights.
What you see in the back, in many different languages, we had it translated, and it's the same thing, unity in the community. What a joy.
Terralta Park is now home to a mural that began as a passion project to bring color to City Heights, but not without a few bumps in the road.
We held meetings. We also had our councilwoman at the time. She got us through a lot of things. We went through a lot of red tape.
Maria Cortez is on the City Heights Community Development Committee and has seen the project through the past 7 years and 4 different artists, but she never doubted the community's ability to make it happen.
But here we did. We overcame. It took 7 years, but we got it done.
Cortez tells me she wants everyone who comes to Terralta to see themselves in the mural.
When you look at the mural, you're going to look at the different ethnic groups that we have. And as I said, we don't care who or what you are, because you're all welcome here in City Heights.
We walked along the painting, which features community members from all walks of life and prominent landmarks from City Heights.
And then this says 235, and it has a trolley, but it's depicting the 235 bus that runs in the middle of underneath here in the center line.
Even though finishing this mural may have been an uphill battle, that isn't stopping the development committee from continuing their projects.
We're working with Caltrans and MTS to complete the art that was promised to us decades ago on the bridge decks.
The CDC also wants to bring events like art walks and bike rides to the park, and Cortez tells me they aren't going to stop fighting for the community.
Organizations come and go, but we're still here, because you can't tell us no. When you tell us no, you make us stronger, and we get it done.
In City Heights, Isabella Roberts, CBS 8 News.
Isabella, thank you. The mural was funded by several grants and donations, and it cost $30,000 over 7 years. UC San Diego is now offering dorms for Comic-Con visitors.
The university is opening up its on-campus housing for UC affiliates, alumni, and any UC, CSU, or California Community College students. 2 packages are being offered with names inspired by Star Trek. The $640 Enterprise package includes a 4-night stay in a single-room dorm, free breakfast, a 5-day MTS transit pass, and an access badge for some events. That sounds like a really good deal. The much more expensive Starfleet package includes a 5-night stay, free breakfast, a transit pass, and VIP access to several Comic-Con related events. That rings up to $1,200 and is open to anyone.
I can't believe it's almost that time of year again.
Right?
Comic-Con's going to be here before we know it.
Around the corner. Right now, the San Diego Food Bank's summer food drive is underway.
From now until August 20th, we are helping the Jacobs and Cushman San Diego Food Bank feed local children and their families who are facing hunger. Nearly 800,000 San Diegans struggle with nutrition insecurity. Many of them are kids who've been getting their meals at school. Well, you can help by donating non-perishable food items at your local Albertsons, Vons, or Pavilion stores. There are red barrels out for your donations. And for more information, or if you'd like to just make a monetary donation, go to CBS8.com.